Recently, Walter Mack and James Zazzoli, the heads of the trial committee, were dismissed. Could you give us your view on this, and in particular, how it was handled in the delegate body?
What's your pleasure?
Yes.
Okay, start with Dan.
Howard Mack, you're asking about the removal of the trial committee chairman and how it was handled through the delegates. I do not like the way it occurred. It's very disappointing that it came to this, that it wasn't his decision to move on for better reasons, and that the district council came to large disagreements with the trial committee and basically decided to get rid of them because they were a fight to handle. I don't think it was handled well. I'm not particularly to the delegate body. I don't know how the delegate body really handled it, because I was at the local 157 meeting the other night, so I missed some of the delegate meeting. But it really wasn't handled by the delegates. It was already handled before the delegates. So that's my answer.
As a delegate, originally it was a proposal to amend the time and fee structure of Walter Mack and Mr. Zazzali, Judge Zazzali. That was what was presented to the delegate body. I think this is more of a question for the review officer, because after that he interceded into the proceedings and made a recommendation. Now we go back. So, how the delegate body handled it, I think the delegate body originally received the proposal. The volume and the amount of time and money being spent on the trial committee versus the workload that they had. Not saying that anything about the work that they did wasn't really commensurate. And and as I said, the review officer interceded, and that's pretty much we ended up with the product after that. So I think it's more of a question for Dennis than for us.
Brothers and sisters, at the delegate meetings, it was a major concern at the cost of the trial. This trial committee was costing a serious amount of money, and everybody kept giving out about it. Now, Matt Walker came up with a proposal to cut our expenses by half. It was received and passed at the delegate body. Now, I can't answer for Dennis Walsh, but I'm sure that if I was making $300 an hour, and I went to him and said, you got to stay, you got to work for 125, he probably said, no, I'm not working, I'm leaving. So if you were making $52 an hour and you asked to work for 35, I'm sure you're going to leave too. So it's basically, this is what happened, is that this trial is just costing too much money. The fines are not that high. The conviction rate isn't high. So this had to be all scaled back. It is too much money being spent for too little. Thank you.
Yeah, I think the bottom line was the amount of money that was being spent. I mean, everybody here is concerned about the money the district council's spending, and then yet this is the first time I'm hearing people pissed off that somebody's walking out of here with $40,000 a month. It was too much money. It was too much money, and I think we're going to benefit now. I think we're going to learn to govern ourselves again. So I really have no problem with it. I think we're going to grow from it, and we're going to save money.
Another question? Gene Clark.
Yes, since full mobility really brings a thought to mind that we're doing is turning our union over to the contractors. What I'd like to know from these learned gentlemen on the platform, how long do you think we have before the contractors say, we don't need stewards, we don't need delegates, and we don't need organizers? Of course, that'll solve our money problem upstairs, but what will it do for us, the membership, out on the job?
Would you like to hear the answer to that question from the candidates? All right, we'll start with Jeremy.
I don't think that, I mean, I would hope that the contractors can't tell us anything. They can't tell us what to do. As for a shop steward's always going to have to be on the job. we can't go without having a steward on the job. Obviously, as a union, we're going to have delegates. The contractors can't come in and tell us you can't have delegates. So I mean, the only thing that there should be a concern, what you're saying, is about the shop stewards, and shop stewards are going to stay on the job.
You know, the New York City-based mobility, which was proposed there, you know, other trades do this. You know, the steam fitter has mobility, the lantern has mobility. You know, they call it solicit your own work. Other trades do this, I think. The idea that it's absolutely 110% not going to work, there's going to be problems like anything else, anything new. I think it's incumbent upon the organization to make sure, like I said, we're doing the new steward classes, the test, making sure. I think we've got to build up the steward on the job, support the steward on the job with representatives. I don't think it's an automatic, you know, death spiral. That's something that we're trying to do new, and I think by promoting the hiring of local guys as well. Other trades do it, and it works for them.
How quickly will full mobility marginalize our union? It depends on the contractor. There's some good contractors out there. There's many good contractors out there that you know, follow the rules 99% of the time, which is a lot more than I expect. But then there's contractors, and we know quite a few of them. We know about OnPar, Tri-Bill, Boom. We're going to have more of those contractors, in my opinion. We're going to give them a system which is going to embolden them to commit more fraud. That's how I see it. And it depends on the company. The stewards on those jobs are basically going to be ignored. And to resolve issues on with those particular companies, they're not going to be immediate. Will they, you know, I don't know how long it will take to resolve issues with those particular companies, but I think we can see the effects with particular companies almost immediately.
It's a very good question. I think that our organizers and our business reps are going to be very busy checking these jobs. The steward is definitely going to play a big role.